man, I was thinking we got a sequel to Drumline for a minute there, but yeah, apparently they already did that. But anyway, let's talk about war. The Drummer is brought to us by director Eric Worthman and stars Danny Glover, Sam Underwood, and Prima Cruz. So this is a message movie. Yep, start to finish, message. It has a strong anti-war message, and I feel that the message to a degree does have merit, but the movie tends to be too extremist about it. Essentially, we follow some soldiers that have been at war, and when they come back home, they're suffering from PTSD, and they don't want to go back. More so than they don't want to, they don't need to. Their mental health is not where it should be to go back to war. But nobody seems to give a shit, so they're going. Danny Glover's Mark Walker runs an internet cafe / coffee shop called The Drummer. Walker's an attorney, and he's known for supporting soldiers that want to get out and trying to get them an honorable discharge. So we get to see him trying to get these soldiers out of the military and discharged honorably so that they don't have to go back to war, and the effects that it has on them. War's a terrible thing. I don't know many people that are going to disagree with that, or at least many sane people, but most people agree that war is terrible. But war is also a thing. It's something that happens. It is part of our history, and it is inevitably going to be part of our future. So to ignore that is just kind of foolish. Do I want us to just be at war all the time and be jumping into wars that we shouldn't be involved in? No, of course not, but it is an inevitability. It is going to happen. They come up, and we do have to be prepared for that. We have to go to war sometime. So I'm on board with the whole let's not go to war if we don't have to part of the anti-war message here, but the other parts where we just shouldn't go at all, I mean, that is kind of naive. Now, another part of this movie, and debatably a larger part of this movie, would be the mental health of our returning soldiers. Now, I do think that the mental health of our soldiers isn't treated properly across the board, and the movie does attempt to illustrate that, but it loses its focus and becomes a war is bad, military is bad message movie on the back of the mental health issue. It doesn't offer balance on the issue. You gotta have balance. It's what keeps everything in line in the world. The movie's a bit disjointed. It jumps around jarringly and never really focuses on any one issue or storyline. This erratic form of storytelling makes it difficult to stay engaged and does cause the film to drag more than a few times. The story overall is just kind of messy and overly complicated due to the way that they're telling it, and that just really kind of sullies the whole experience. The performances don't fare a whole lot better either. They are a bit stiff. Now, they're not awful, but they're not very natural and believable either. They all just seem kind of fake. Sam Underwood would be the standout here. I don't know if that's really saying anything, but he definitely is the best of the bunch. His performance is actually pretty good, but the movie around him just lets him down. This is a drama about people, so the performances really need to be spot on, and they're just not. Guys, The Drummer was a bit of a disappointment for me. There's a story that I do want to see here, but it's more concerned with getting its message across, and in the process, it ends up not effectively saying anything. The narrative is so messy and plotting that you have a hard time connecting with anything there. Most of the performances just don't do anybody any favors, and the eventual heavy-handed nature of everything just kind of make you lose interest. It's not absolutely terrible, but it's sure as hell far from great, and really only worth checking out on USA Up All Night.
It's not worth it!
Hi, I'm Gilbert Gottfried.
Hi, it's Miranda on USA. Up All Night.
It's so big. It's just not worth it!
I was pretty disappointed with this movie because I really do think that the initial message that it has about mental health in our soldiers is very important, but it just gets really messy and loses focus, and by the end, it's something else altogether. There's just not anything here to recommend. This is an issue that I would like to see done properly on film one day, but this ain't it. So there it is, guys, my review of The Drummer. If you enjoyed and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and help my little channel grow. If you want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon in the description below. Become a jarhead and get some of the awesome benefits that go along with that, like these guys. And possibly join my top tier and become a bad motherfucker like my man Greg C. and Dragon Con. If you liked what I had to say, give me a like. If not, let me know in the comments below why. And as always, stay sexy, Alberta.
Do you know what never sleeping feels like?
I don't want to kill anybody anymore.
What the fuck happened to Danny Glover, man? I mean, the guy was Murtaugh. We know he is better than this. We've seen him be better, but in this movie, holy shit, he's just not good. I mean, granted, nobody's really good in this movie. Sam Underwood was okay, but beyond him, nobody's really good. But Danny Glover, man, what the fuck? We know you're better than this. I just don't know what happened to Murtaugh, man. Maybe now he really is getting too old for this shit.
I'm too old for this shit.